天赋拉满，火力全开。
Okay, so it's the wrong mic. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We're live for the 5th night in a row. We've been, going through a lot of, content ever since I came back from China, as you can see. And we're back for more content. Why can't Twitch just auto-refresh the player so you don't have to stop mid-test dummy rotation match? Well, too bad. You will interrupt your dummy rotation. But yes, we're back. We'll just make sure that everything on OBS still works from yesterday. Okay, most of everything still works. Yeah, okay. So, today's plan is Okay, Sorrow. Also, Caesar and his cracks? True. I mean, that's what I have to go through with C3 Farina every time I run Sijin. Which reminds me, I still have to optimize my Sijin time sometime just on my own, but not right now's job. Today's job, we're here to do the flagship event of Starro. Yes, Abyss is tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow's stream. And then after that, we're getting Mawika Sig. See what to use. I mean, it's Abyss, right? Like, how much planning do you have to really do for Abyss? But yeah. Anyway, so on Sorrow, we have this event, Pixel Plane Rumble, which I've heard the community grumbling a bit about. Get it? Grumble? Okay, I'm maybe not today. But yeah, we'll be doing this today, and that's, I believe, will be the main portion of today's stream, right? Because I don't plan to stream that long today, because my past few streams has been decently long, I feel like, right? So I'm fine with having a shorter stream today. So yeah, we'll just be running through this, and then if this is like half an hour long, then we run DU or something. I don't know, it just reset today's Monday. Actually, does the Swanee and Hermit have Fire Res? Hermit has Fire Res, Swanee has Hydro and Animal Res. Anyways, okay, you say that as if Low is doing majority damage on the team. Case in point, event time. Pixel Plane Rumble. A classic game returns to the Arcadian skies as Pixel Planes take flight once again in a fierce dogfight between 99 fighters. Only the final victor can claim air superiority. What is this? Tetris 99, but we are flying planes? Instead of, like, placing on blocks? Like, what is this? Customize your ultimate aircraft, devise a winning strategy, and break through to the bullet hell. Okay, so we're talking to Alex. I have to remember. It's a sorrow event, which means nobody's ever voiced. So I have to voice Nihilux. That's fine. Nihilux has sent an invitation asking to meet you at Perdido Station. The abrupt nature of the request and the hurried tone make you suspect. Has his worrying former president gotten herself into trouble again? I mean, is that even a question? Like, has Nihilux gotten herself into trouble again? Is the river flowing today? Is the sun shining today? Are the trees growing today? What kind of question is that? Is water wet a question? Let's see. Nihilux, what have you gotten yourself into today? Finally gotten out of the, Hokkaido? Trailblazer! Ah, fuck. I was not ready to do the voice. Give me a moment. Okay, my throat really needs to recover. It just really hasn't recovered since I came back from China. But I'm sure it'll eventually sort itself out. Trailblazer, for God's sake, you're finally here. It's a long story. Take a look at this letter first. By opening this invitation, you have selected to join this killing game. 99 contestants will massacre each other at Perdido Station. The sole survivor will win the chance to change their destiny. Yo, what the fuck? Yo. Nihilux. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Just, oh, by opening this, you're gonna murder everyone now. Have fun. You're gonna be the new Harbinger Dust. Because your reading speed is so fast, by the time you realize what you just saw, it's already too late. Is it too late to back out? Which timelines for Perdido Station is this letter even talking about? See, this is the problem with streaming too late. I like, my brain gets progressively more and more cooked as the night drags on, to the point where, by like this hour, my reading comprehension has dropped to the level of an average Sorrow player, which is dreadful. You've probably heard about it too. That dark, cruel, and that bloody dark and cruel underground game. Exploiting human weakness, desperate people are lured in by massive cash prizes, risking it all to participate just to survive until the very end. So you're here to report or gather material? No, I'm here to join. Haha, I was a bit strapped for cash a while back, and got tempted by the hefty bonus. Truth is, I couldn't help myself. Human weakness. But there's no way I can survive to this end on my own. Everyone's waiting to pounce. Like right now, for instance, this killing game has already started the exact moment we stepped into the station. No need to keep hiding. Broken-legged wolf, I can already smell the icy stench of the expired bananas in the refrigerator. I knew nothing could get past that nose of yours. Since you chose to come here, you should have already made peace with the thought of getting dragged into the game, right? If you don't fight, you will die. This world is just that cruel. Cruel yet beautiful. Sorry, please accept my challenge. If they saw we just roll over and die, they're incredibly naive. Trailblazer, you just to turn the tide. A pixel plane? Yes, a pixel plane. Got a problem with that? Because this is a combat game where honor is on the line. And it's fight to the last person standing. Pixel Plane Rumble. Looks like I've got no choice but to fight. Are we just not questioning the premise of this at all? Hello? Don't underestimate a veteran's resolve. Trailblazer, I believe you're beginner's luck. Oh, what the fuck? What am I doing? I get A and D. I was the prey all along. Okay. My voice is getting raspy. I shouldn't. I lost. Completely lost. I hate to admit it, but I still lost. I don't think I really did anything. It's wish power. The pure passion you poured into the match made the Pixel Plane answer your call. Anyway, you wiped the floor with me on your first time. Your Pixel Plane piloting skills might just surpass mine. Okay, why is just everyone showing up now? I was not prepared to voice all these characters. Boom. Well, if it isn't the guy who shut down my fudging Pixel Plane on the last game and totally humiliated Sparksicle on stream, you're looking totally vulnerable right now. I already predicted your move, so I issued a challenge to Trailblazer precisely to lure you out. You little sneak. You schemed to ambush me, but I, Sparksy, has already predicted your prediction. Then I have already predicted that you'd predict my prediction. What is this? Hello? What is happening? I'm out of the loop. Children, stop arguing. Gaming Sage, who are you? Wonderful, wonderful. Overt attacks and covert schemes, mutual deception. Both the ugliness and nobility of human nature are laid bare in this game. I hosted Pixel Plane Rumble just to see a spectacle like this. Why are you here, and who are you, and what exactly is so wonderful about all this? I am the creator of the Pixel Plane, and the producer of Pixel Plane Rumble. I was the one who drew Plane Arcadia's first Pixel Plane and watched it soar into the skies. I was also the one who watched it fade from a video game that took the cosmos by storm into total obscurity. Tempered by the market, my idealism is now more perfectly honed than ever. I finally get it. What players want is absolute victory. That's why I spent years deep in development, teaming up with Perdido Station to create this game, Pixel Plane Rumble. Only one winner can survive to the end and claim all the prize money. And only one winner gets a special prize. Their very own Pixel Plane. Can't believe I'm using how fucked up my throat is to voice act. That is stupid. My very own Pixel Plane. The organizers record the winners, school, and release a Pixel Plane skin. If it weren't for this lone wolf grandpa messing things up, I would have gotten my second limited edition skin by now. Pixel Plane is packed with pros. Even without me around, you still lose to someone else. Shut up, you old washout. Quiet, you loser. And that's the gist of it. By the way, the winner also get a cut of the profits from the sales of the skin. Get a cut forever? Trailblazer, imagine this. A Pixel Plane from the fluffy collaboration rocking baseball raccoon colors, hovering over Dual Dimension City. Do you think that's super awesome? As a comic artist, I think it's way too cool. But to win, you'll need more than just top-notch remote control skills. You'd also need nerves of steel. So where are we supposed to find a candidate with both brains and brawn? You're just eyeing the profits, aren't you? Penny saves a penny earned. Every little bit adds up. At this rate, earning back the copyright fee for the Fluffy is just around the corner. Then prove it to me. Survive to the end in your own way, and prove to me whether you have what it takes to pilot the Pixel Plane. In the upcoming qualifiers, you'll be facing some real pros as your opponents. Every single one of them is gunning for a shot at the competition, so whatever you do, don't let your guard down. Pixel Plane, bring it on! Okay. What is happening? Warping to Zone 1. Take control of the qualifiers to experience a full round of Pixel Plane Rumble. The goal is to defeat every enemy you encounter, make it to the finals, and become the ultimate winner. Collect equipment along the way to enhance your Pixel Plane. Okay. Sudden bop? Oh frick, I forgot to turn down my computer volume. Probably it's been like a small echo in this entire stream if you turn the volume up enough until this point. So let me just make sure that that's sorted. Each Pixel Plane comes with one piece of core equipment. Dependent. Damage movement deals 30 damage whenever the player's other equipment deals damage. This equipment gains 1 speed boost for 1 second. I installed a piece of damage-focused core equipment for Unit 01. The Dependent. Another excuse to procrastinate. Alert! Enemy attack is our first opponent. When forced into battle, the first to reduce their enemy's HP to 0 wins. All set? Let's take on the opponent. What am I supposed to do? Once the charge is complete, the equipment's ability will be triggered. The Dependent's first ability, it deals damage. Let's show the opponent the power of our pen strokes. Okay. Do I get to actually do anything? Or do I just like, this is like just watching autoplay? We did it. That's good. This is the power of a pen. There are still open equipment slots. You can equip more equipment. Let's check out the sales platform. Spend the gold coins to purchase equipment. The 2 pieces of the equipment can also deal damage, which aligns up perfectly with the core equipment. When we have open equipment slots, purchased equipment will be installed automatically. We still have plenty of gold coins. Bye bye bye. We're on 50s now. Let's keep pushing forward. Equipping this much damage-focused equipment is more than enough to handle the opponent. Let's take them head on. Let's cool down, and it just deals damage. Okay. Did I not press it? Okay, now I pressed it. This piece of equipment is almost fully charged. When its effects are triggered, it speeds up the Dependent's charge. Deals high damage all around. That's what we call damage-focused equipment. Okay, seems pretty trivial so far. Yeah, the OST is pretty fire. Remember to hydrate. Lucky, sometimes a defeated enemy will even drop a treasure. Don't mind if we take it. After the safe zone shrinks, the planes with arriving contestants will be enhanced. Obtaining more gold coins provides a greater advantage. And more equipment slots, meaning you can install more equipment. Let's check the inventory and see what treasure we just scored. Not bad. I can read the thing quickly because I wanted to check the stats on it. Let's install it on the plane. Deals 10 damage. Fair enough. we're just going in damage mode, right? Yeah. In the meantime, try raising the core equipment of Unit 01. Core level up. 400 more HP is that, I think. Level up core equipment increases the effect of the corresponding core ability. Oh, this is our core. Okay, so the Dip and Nib is our core ability. Now it deals double damage and gets a longer speed boost. Okay. We keep moving along, I suppose. Okay, why do they have 2-star equipments? And I only have 1 2-star equipment. That doesn't seem fair. I mean, I'm still beating their ass, but like... Oh. Damn. Broski type GG. W mannerisms. Okay. Buy equipment. Obtaining duplicate equipment will increase its star rating. Okay, so that's where you get the 2-star from. Purchase this equipment and level it up. Okay, we keep going, I suppose. Emergency, crash site. An ill-fated pixel plane crashed between the tracks. You might be able to find something on it. Lose through tears. With an adjacent equipment. Okay, so now placement matters. Okay, well, let's take a look at everyone's cooldowns. You're 5 seconds, you're 3 seconds, you're 5 seconds, you're 5 seconds. So... I never realized that, so let's actually place you here. You also have a cooldown of 5 seconds, except you just trigger more often, so you actually should be here, so you're between the 3 second and the less than 5 second. I think that's how that works. I think I'm cooking. This should improve. Why do you have a shield now? Why do you have a shield of 2,000? Hello? Okay, well, this guy is scaling very well. This guy is doing now, like, what? 200 per hit? What is it scaling? This is... The damage here, that's like... That's quadratic scale, right? On that thing? Because... its change in the DPS over time is linear, so then damage is the integral of that. So yeah, it's quadratic scaling. I got quadratic scaling over time, so you're cooked, buddy. Alright, now let's do that to say. If we waste too much time in combat, we won't even keep up with the stricken safe zone. Electromagnetic disturbances cause both sides to continuously lose HP. We better make it quick. Uh oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Oh, Shiza. Okay, without that mechanic, we would have cleared it. Without that absolute BS mechanic, we would have done it because we deals more and more damage over time. Right? We lost a heart, that's fine. Ugh, what a strong opponent. Let's take a strategic retreat for now. Don't worry, you'll only be eliminated when your backup HP is depleted. The enemy is only going to get tougher. We need to boost our combat power as quickly as possible. You can obtain steady rewards at the supply platform. Besides, you can't exactly buy anything if you go to the sales platform without any gold coins with you. Let's select the supply platform first. A steady rate of return brings such contempt. Ooh, that's good. Okay, crash site. We get 3 coins. Okay, that has to be good, right? Yeah, we just got a damage boost by 10. to everyone. Does that stack though? We already got plenty of equipment that deal damage. Let's see what the Dip and Nip can do. Oh, it stacks probably. Okay, hell yeah. Everybody got the quadratic scaling now. And I'm pretty sure that second equipment we have now does cubic scaling. Yeah, it does cubic scaling now, right? So, actually no, it doesn't. Does it? No, it's still quadratic. It doesn't scale off of the neighboring equipment's damage, so it's only still quadratic. I'm just hoarding coins. Also deals the same damage. Oh! This is just doubling our damage. Okay, well, let's use that then. This deals 10 damage every 5 seconds. This deals 10 damage every 5. Okay, they're the same piece. They are the exact same piece. Okay, let me take a look at what's happening in VC chat. So that means that means a few things. First, our team is your team is somehow more saturated on damage bonus than you are on attack. Because otherwise, why would 20% attack be better than 40% damage bonus? Unless you're in a team where Celestial Gift just doesn't proc. And also, going to Troop is just a broken set on Official. So, yeah. Makes sense. I'm not gonna read all the description of everyone I run into. That's gonna take too long. Also, it's normal for that team to have like the DPS slowly go up. Yeah, it is. It only went up when I did it as well in my Chevy testing stream. It's just that because the setup takes a while. Where DPS is kind of just like it will always show up as lower than what it should be, and the more you do it, the closer the number is to the actual value. Which is why, again, when I did the Chevy test stream, I did 5 minutes of rotations. Wish there was a graph for that? I think there is a graph feature for, like, the dummy, but it's not what you're looking for, probably. It doesn't last long enough, and it's just... It's not the DPS numbers. I know the other DPS dummy, right? The other one was a Xian Yun on the picture. I think that one might have what you want. Okay. Alright, next up is the final zone. Okay, that's all you're gonna say. Let me take that. To any other piece of equipment. Okay, sure. That's nice. Not anything we really need in there, so I guess we just move on. 4 level up. W. 120 damage. That's pretty good, isn't it? Oh, you're also 3 seconds. Wait, hold up. Does this actually proc every, Does this proc sooner than 3 seconds? I actually don't know. Well, then might as well just like be safe, right? So this is 3, so let's just swap these on this and this. Alright, let's just run it, I guess. So oh yeah, that happens definitely more than once every 3 seconds. Let's spend. We have enough coins here. Okay, we can just purchase all this. Oh, I'm actually out of coins. That is surprising. Let's just go sell off this then. Alright, let's see, move along. Crash time. 1 piece of 3-star equipment. Okay. I presume this is better than, like, this, so let's just run that. These are Wubbaboos, these are not planes. What the hell? Alright, sure, let's just send it then. That was, quick. Ultimate Survivor. Championship 1. Okay, that was quick. We got a Pixel Core cartridge. The casing design is a tribute to the original Pixel Plane this game cartridge. Now, as a reward for the top contenders in Pixel Plane Rumble, can be used to unlock new Pixel Plane models. Another exhilarating victory. I knew calling on you was the right choice. I'm on fire. You can shoot down 100 more? Your journey in the Pixel Plane Rumble has officially begun. Will you forge your own legend in this pistol arena? I'm looking forward to it. If you want to pilot a Pixel Plane and show off your skills, come find me and sign up for the competition. I can't wait. Become a Pixel Plane Master. Okay. You successfully secured first place in the qualifiers. Your journey in Pixel Plane Rumble begins now. Go register with the gaming stage and officially kick off the tournament. To hold on to the last glimmer of humanity, or to resort to any means possible or necessary for victory, survival or destruction, to soar or to fall. Pixel Plane Rumble is officially kicking off. Alright, fly, Pixel Plane. Alright, Street Showdown. 2,000. Okay, our career points is 3,500. Because we need to reach 2,000 points, which we did. Okay. Pixel Core cartridges won in matches can unlock new models. This time, try unlocking our detective friend's Pixel Plane first. Okay, so we just stole Asheville's plane. Okay. So this time it seems like we want to play shield. And we'll deal damage based on our shield. Okay. You said to join the match. Knowing yourself as well as your enemy is an important tactic. Second cooldown, holy. Oh, just doubles a shield, okay. That seems to be good. Okay. We, malfunction. I have no clue what malfunction is. So it's fine. We only can hold so many equipments at the same time, so... Oh, okay, this is... Okay, this is a Sparks head. Okay. Banner Sparksy. In the name of Sparksicle, I'll punish you. Alright, yeah, sure. We're gonna show you like we showed Sparksicle back in 4.0. Okay, we are... Okay, now we're stacking on the shields. Come on, double again. Double or nothing. Yeah! Come on, double it again. I love exponential scaling. Yeah, I see why that item has a 10-second cooldown now. Okay, so now we have a malfunction piece. Okay. We have 6 coins. We can spend it on some stuff. Alright, let's run it. Maintenance zone. Emergency. You break into the maintenance area. The wall panels, permeated with the smell of machine oil, are covered with a dazzling array of parts and tools. Perhaps you can put them to good use. Well, let's grab a free bunch of HP. Why the hell not? Okay, our shield instantly got broken. Let's hope we can get some more shield here. Okay, we got 35. 70. 96, are we doubling? Oh, it doubles the equipment it doubles the shield that singular equipment gets. It doesn't double the amount of shield you have. Okay, that's a little less OP than I thought it was. And that sounds a little more balanced. Let's get some more coins. We don't have that much. Core level up. Let's do that. Alright, let's keep running it. The enemies really love this whole malfunctions thing. It's really annoying. But it's fine, we're stacking up on shields. We haven't taken any damage yet. There we go. And we win. Just like that. Moving on. Okay, we have enough coins. Okay, that's allegedly good. We have some fodder, so we can just sell some stuff. Might just is upgradable. Well, let's sell you. And let's sell you. I don't get it. Well, anyways, advance. Crash site. What do we get? One piece of equipment. Alright. We just get it right back. Except for worse version. Okay, stop shutting down all my stuff. Let me shield and keys. Come on, that equipment now gives 160 shield. Alright, there we go. We're not gonna die. Okay, the 5th artifice equipment isn't actually that useful right now, just because we don't have any piece of equipment that actually causes malfunction, so... Okay, nearby... okay, so does this have adjacent? Okay, this has 3 seconds. So you should go next to you. You have 6 seconds, so you have 5 seconds, so let's... put that there. Yeah, I feel like that's reasonable. Yeah, okay. Except this, what I'm supposed to do for here. I think this works. Do we have gold? Let's just get a free piece of equipment. Okay, we need to really put some malfunction equipment in here. Ticket boost. Ooh, what is this? The pixel plane glides smoothly in the ticket boost. Players can capture their rest here, stock on equipment, and modify their ride. Let's get an upgrade on this. I mean, it just... The thing is, this is just... It just saved 1 cycle of shielding, right? Because once it doubles, it's 80 anyways. But, like, it is so much more than this that I like it. This is also not bad, though. Just take that for now. This should just work. Oh, that's a lot of 3-star equipment there. Stop malfunctioning all my stuff, please. Come on, get that 710 shield in. There we go. Now get that 1430 in. Do it. Oh, it died. As we finding the angel was over the team, kill it fast, and I'll let it do crystals twice. I mean, good luck with that. Ooh, that seems good. Let's upgrade you. Okay, let's look at inventory here. We can solve this. We don't need that. We have 4. Well, we don't have another slot right now, so I think we should buy this. Oh, like, you're saying the angel just can't go into the face at all. That's a little cooked. Oh wait, so then why can't I not do it twice? If you can kill it once, why can't you kill it twice? I'm a little confused by the logic of that. Wait, how does Stern play into not being able to do it twice? I'm confused. I'm not really. Can I turn off Stern on demand? What does Stern do that screws it? Offfield Pyro. Does Offfield Pyro, Stern's Offfield Pyro screws it that much? Or like, oh, you just have to do like double electro. Like, you have to do double electro. Okay, I see. I mean, I guess. Even on Golden Troop, does Fischl not be... Is Fischl still not able to clear it? Was even on Golden Troop? Damn, that's crazy. Like, are you practicing against a Stygian one? Okay, that makes more sense. This thing has a cooldown of 35 seconds. Holy. Menacing versus 1 million HP versus this 4 million HP. To get the patience down. Fair enough. Yep. Here's the effect of the +1 in core ability. Sure, let's take that. And do we just run it? I think we just run it. What is this? We don't need it. With the Wubba Boost again? Really? Come on. You can keep a positive shield, right? Right? And also as time goes on, we have multiple abilities that just stacks with time, so... Yeah, there we go. Now you got the shields going. Holy. Did that do like 1800 damage in one hit? That's crazy. Just worried about the Angel and the Swanee Cryo PS? I mean, as long as you're like bring a Pyro Wizard or Cryo, then like the Swanee doesn't have resistances to Cryo. You just need something to either shatter or melt or superconduct or do some other BS to the freeze. Right? You just need another. You need something else to break the freeze, and then that's the mechanic does. Oh, I just got this thing back. Okay, sure. This is good. Probably better than this, so let's just swap that. Alright, we take that and we just run it. 2 Durhams be winning. Yeah, I'm sure it'd be fine. It's Abyss. You're not gonna get cooked by Abyss. Okay, that doesn't make me gain more shield. What does this do? And what does this do? This one's probably better. That Dendro Dragon Bloom Mushroom is Mage is stoppable? True. Okay, yeah, the shields are getting stacked up quickly with this one. Holy. 5,000 shield. That one hit the 5,000 damage. That is insane. This equipment called Fork and Knife Combo. Interesting. Allegedly, this thing is good, even though I don't think I'm going to use it. But I might as well. I mean, what am I going to do with a coin otherwise? Suitcase. Dusty suitcase lies abandoned in the corner of the platform. Before whatever's inside can leave you surprised, you can first crack open the combination lockbox securing the zippers. Sure, I'll get coins, I guess. If W my top 3 Durham, your top 3 teams all on Durham, I mean, yeah, that's fair. The thing is, if I can split my C2 Moeka into 3 C0 Moekas, I think I can have 3 separate teams with no other overlapping characters than Moeka. And they'll all be pretty good. Like, I can probably get 3 100 plus K DPS teams. Oh yeah. Getting in Nefa was like the best decision I made in Luna 4. And I have tried to pull for like 3 different 5-stars that patch. But yeah, Flynn's and Bina is cooked. I'm pretty sure, and I'm 80% sure. Because I haven't counted this myself, I'm pretty sure I heard it from people. If you can have 2 separate Enefas, Enefa is better than Flynn's Enefa. Why did I even click this? I have no money. Which one triggers the quickest? Okay, that just does less though. Okay, this is 3 seconds and burn every 3 seconds. That's definitely the best deal. How is Skirk Escoffier without Farina? Probably around 80% power level. Like 85%-ish power level. Durham melts Skirk versus the Angel? Who could? I just wouldn't recommend it. I don't think Skirk is clearing the Pyro Crystal without any other Cryo characters. Oh, there we go. Wait, so the next upcoming Abyss has a Angel, right? How painful would it be if I try to play Mualani? Because I haven't done that in a while, and I feel like I should, you know, go back and check that out once in a while. Okay, let's just run this. This time we're doing the malfunction. Alright, sure. Who is this? A Silver Comet. Is this Silver Wolves? Oh yeah, it is Silver Wolves. Yo, W, my goat. Yep, Mualani was from Moika. I mean, who else am I supposed to do it with? PMC? Hell no. Remember that C2 Moika actually does have off-field support components, because C2 Moika does defense strike. Yep. I mean, yeah, and also any Moika, yeah. Any Moika support team is already a double DPS team, so yeah, no, that's just... Okay, here's the thing though. That's just a worse version of me running Varessa. Right? Like, why would I... Okay, just, like, against the Angel. Why would I run Mualani when I can run Varessa? I guess I could vape. Actually, no, you can vape the crystals against each other, so I guess it would be better, but, like, it's just so much less fun to play. But, like, I do want to play Mualani at some point. Hydro Eidolons and Geo Bishop, all I hear is free roll estate for Moika. Crystal Dragon Robot. The fuck is that? Swanee Hermit. The one, oh, like the SSACD, the configuration device. Okay. Interesting. Well, both sides are Moika friendly. What do you know? Yet another Moika upscale. It's good. Yeah, I can figure something out. I mean, it's Abyss. I have not had a problem clearing Abyss for a long time. Because whatever they show, I probably have. And if I don't have it, I probably have something that can just brute force it. So yeah. When's the last time it took me... Okay, I remember there was one time where, like, a chat was like, wow, you're just using a bunch of constellated characters. So I decided to exclusively use characters that didn't have constellations on, which excludes all the modern Archons. And also excludes all my best teams. So that took a while. But when I'm actually just going in, just like without any restrictions, when's the last time it took me more than half an hour to clear floor 12? So yeah. Oh, the Moss? Yeah, the Moss is... I mean... Like the Radiant Fly thingamajig? Radiant Moonfly plus Knuckle. Okay, Knuckle was tough, but Radiant Moonfly though, you just need a healer, really. And Knuckle Knuckle, what did he even do? I think I rested it. Or I could have just brute forced it. The Abyss Knuckle Knuckle isn't that hard to brute force. But then again, I've had like C2 Moika for like a year now, so like. Let's see. Ooh, okay, we can vertically invest more, sure. I'll take that. That's just a jack of all trade. Peace. That's 9 seconds, that's 6 seconds, it's fine. It was Cactus and Duffel? Yeah, I definitely just rusted it then. Also, I like how I'm just not talking about what's happening on the screen at all, just because this event is incredibly like auto button freaking pill that like I can't even turn off the autoplay on this. So there's not really much for me to say, right? I'm just sure, that's good. Africa Flynn, Ball Hunt, and Sigurd, no Prichnik was easy peasy. Yeah, Flynn's got crazy shows. Probably this thing? Yeah. The Bloom Crab, yeah, that's like the one, like, Lunar Bloom show that they had for like 5 patches straight before they added the mushroom. Like, actually crazy how much show Flynn's and the Nefa got, so yeah. I love vertical investment. I think I can chuck this. Yeah. So I think this is just better, right? Has to be, probably. Yeah, at least we don't have Bina. Kanish, well, it's not Kanish that's like really Lunar Blooming. Lunar Blooming is something that really only Bina can use. Right? Because Lunar Bloom does nothing other than just giving you the Verdant Dew. And fair enough. But yeah, like Lunar Bloom itself is like a nothing burger of a reaction. Wait, how much of cooldown does this thing have? Okay, it just has it just doesn't activate. Okay. If you trigger, nope, Lunar Bloom does nothing. Like other than that Bloom can't do. Right, like there is nothing that Bina does in terms of non-lunar mechanics that, for example, like any other like hydro applicators can do. Okay, well yeah, that's okay. Well yeah, that's a freedomless issue, right? That's you being freedomless. Version does have good AoE, yeah. Very nice. Got a pretty good build here. Just shut down their entire build. Adjacent, okay. Who has the longest cooldown here? 10, 4, 4, 7. Okay, anything that says the word adjacent. No. Okay, cool. Alright. What? Yo, why is Shush here? That's crazy. Need to upgrade your drivers because driving or piloting the plane. This guy. That's only applies at the start of combat, so it's not that useful. Castle machine. Okay, let's run it. This should be pretty straightforward. Just disable their stuff as much as possible. Just stacking damage. Also, I learned since yesterday, because it's still pretty warm today. It's less warm than yesterday, but it's still pretty warm. I have a handheld fan right now that I'm fanning towards myself. Pretty sure I bought this fan from Luoyang in like 2018. And like it's like it's falling apart a little bit. But it's still very functional, so I'm just gonna keep using it. There we go, got that. Very nice. Modification plastic damage. Deals 40 damage, okay. That's 40 damage every 7 seconds, or 50 damage every 5 seconds. Do I want to deal 50 every 5 seconds, or 40 every 7 seconds? That's a tough question. Do I want to deal 50 over 5 seconds or 50 over 4 seconds? Yeah, I think I'll take this one. Right. Not like it matters much because 50 damage is pretty minuscule compared to all the other stuff. Yeah, this one just nukes everyone. I'd say this does more damage than the damage build. Common Soul Wolf W. Suitcase. Oh, what? Just straight up Sparksy. No, like, are we actually just fighting Sparksy or like the plain of Sparksy? Magician Sparksy, a Champions League contender and a viral superstar who always prioritizes the most entertaining playstyle for the sake of views. Put on a fantastical performance with Sparksy. Okay, it's our play. Alright, let's nuke it. And there she goes. Ultimate Survivor. Very nice. Wait, did we fight off against Soul Wolf at the end of the last one? I wasn't paying attention to the enemy dialogue. Well, it's not like I'm gonna replay it, so I guess we'll never find out. I don't recall fighting Soul Wolf, but I think that if Soul Wolf appears on screen, I'd instantly be able to spot her. This is Sparksy's. No, I would be able to spot. You think I wouldn't be able to spot Soul Wolf? Come on. Sure. Yeah, this is gonna scale, I think. Crash start. Alright. What does burn even do? It just dot? Yeah, it's just dot. Yeah, okay. It's just dot. Okay. Would it be so bad if Stellar Show gets so bad to stop doing 12? I doubt it. As long as you're not just straight up like right now. Would you say that your teams can do decent in not cry meta? Right? Like, if your teams are like subpar by not cry standards, and you're refusing to pull any improvements in the Sejnaya era, then maybe, I don't know. But like, as long as your teams are doing decent right now, and you're still willing to like do some pulls to improve your teams, then it's still fine. Like, I suppose, but like most of the things you can still brute force if you're really if it's like really good. If your stuff is good, really good, you can still brute force it. It'll just be really annoying. Stygian really has it bad, but the Abyss stuff you're still usually be able to brute force it with like C2 stuff. So I doubt like C2 Durin's gonna be entirely cooked in the Snatch 9 meta. In Abyss. In Stygian, I can't promise you that. Oh yeah, you're on menacing. Okay, if you're menacing, I feel like you should be fine. you have like way too like right now you're way above where the bar for medicine is. Well, consider now you have C2R1 Durham. But like, worst case scenario, just have like a little bit of investment into seller stuff, just like one C0 team. But also C2 Durham can probably brute force through menacing. But like, if you are going to fearless, then like, just have like one stellar team and you should probably be fine. I mean, yeah, this Sijin is really shilling for all the stuff that's like non-lunar. But like, I'm just saying that like your account should be way above where like the bar for menacing investment is. Yeah. Let's just add this stuff here adjacent. So you probably is this other equipment. Okay, then you should be between here. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, I don't know, the character kit designs are like fine, but like, yeah, the lunar mechanics were not that interesting, and the enemy shows way too much towards it. Yeah. I do think Natlan was more interesting in terms of both kit design and overall team like balance. I like team building. Like the power creep in Natlan wasn't great either, but at least from Awika, first of all, you need skill. And second of all, you're not locked into a team archetype, right? She's flexible in team building. So, team building is fun. And like, yeah, it's more interesting. It's just, the big problem is just that, there was power creep. But like, yeah, it started around like late Natlan with Skirk and Escoffier. And like, what sucks about like the lunar, what sucks about lunar teams is that of the 3 lunar DPSs, the more interesting the lunar mechanic is, the less interesting their gameplay loop is, and the more interesting their gameplay loop is, the less interesting the reaction design is. Right? Like, for a Nefer, you actually need a brain for you to achieve optimal gameplay. But like, the design of Lunar Bloom is just so cooked. Yeah, Lunar Bloom just does nothing. But like, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, all the lunar DPS have that problem. But like, my most, like, the thing is, right, like, if like it's like sure I don't particularly like the fact that they have like the dedicated teammates and all that, but like what I'm most like my biggest gripe with Lunar Team is just that they're just not that in either team building or reaction mechanic or like the gameplay loop. All three combined are just not interesting. And then that was a nice dose of power creep plus a mechanic showing, right? Yeah. Like, I can excuse, like, the inflexibility in team building if it's mechanically and, like, from a mechanical or stereotactic perspective, interesting. Stellar, I think, right now how Star Conduct looks, it looks more, in terms of just, like, a reaction design, more interesting than basically all the Lunar reactions. Because in the like application, like maybe it's like on par with Lunar Crystallize, which is the best of the three Lunar reactions. Yeah, it is now application, which I'm fine with because application rate should matter in this game of elemental reactions. Like, sure, it's a general debuff, but like. Yeah, okay, so it's a general debuff, low end is an exception, but like... Yeah, no, I feel like for it to be application, it makes sense. Right? It makes sense for it to be that way. Let's see if I can just sell some stuff. Join queue. How many coins do I have? 2, right? I can just sell off of you. And just follows around, just keeps the... Yeah. I don't know, we'll see. Like, the thing, the real answer is, we don't really know, whether Stellar would just completely go down the route of Lunar until like we are like decent of the way through Stenshai, until we see what the Sarita looks like. Like that is just how it's gonna be. Yeah, I hinge on Yai, but probably won't hinge on Yai for too much longer. Yai is probably a placeholder and just a nice like alternative if people are really allergic to pulling Snatch Naya units. Or Snatch Naya Electro units, because you're gonna need a Snatch Naya unit anyways. Wait, that Sanjona is not like Anafa? Well, first of all, to be fair, people didn't quite realize how Anafa was until Colomabina. But yeah, she serves a different role to Anafa, but I'm just saying that, like, in terms of power level, we don't know. We don't know where Sandrona will sit half a year from now. Right? That's just, like, there's not, like, it depends on where Hoyo wants them to be. And we don't really know that at this point. Well, like, if there's any, like, stuff to, like, take away from, the experience we had through, like, Not Cry, it would be that you can't really conclusively say anything about the power level of the first few characters until you get the later stuff. Okay, 1 for 0.5, 1 for 0.5, 1 for 1, for 1, 1 for 0.5, 1 for 1. Okay, 1 for 1 on this is the best. Actually seems like a very good move in the right direction, as much as Luna was in the wrong direction. I would say Looter is more in the wrong direction than Hexray was in the right direction. But Hexray is nice, right, to bring up some of the older characters. But I felt like Lunar has been pretty damaging to the meta. Like, people are now talking about how, like, you know, like, people are not like on social media like, oh yeah, Marika's like the last bastion of the old meta of like how it used to be, and like how team building was flexible and everything. I'm like, it's just wild seeing the turnaround of the people's view on Marika, because when Marika came out, like I am at this point a pretty solidly like Archon's main, but I'm primarily a Marika main, right? Like. But like even I at the time did recognize that Marika was very damaging to the meta. With how it just raised the ceiling. Yeah, I like some of the hate towards like the power creep was valid, but some of it was also just people hating on it, and it really shows because now if you go to like r/agenda impact, those subreddits used to trash talk Marika day in day out now, then those are now the same people that are now glazing Marika day in day out. I'm like, huh. The more you know. It's like, stay on that side when people start to like Marika's design. Did I ever see one leak of like Conquistador Marika? No, I don't usually when I do leaks, like look at leaks, the only leak I seek out myself are the kits related leaks. Like any art stuff, I don't usually like seek out myself. It's not like real anymore? Okay, sure. Update all equipment to 3 stars. That's great. I have only 3-star equipment, so let's take that. Oh, there's Asheville. A champion tier contender known for his reckless, life-risking playstyle. He seems to possess an almost inhuman obsession with the prize money. I'm not handing my prey over to anyone. Alright, let's see. Freaking Argentinian Marika. It was? I've never heard of it. Freaking Argentinian Marika. That Marika looks like she's about to tango. Just take the coin. It's not like I'm gonna use it. Crossfire zone. Let's give me the 300 HP. Oh, Evan Asia. Okay. Past by contestant. Evan Asia, a champion tier contender. She's an elusive competitor who enters the fray. I am stupid. Purely on a whim. I will go easy on you, you know? Okay, that's a very Evan Asia looking player. She looks like a colonizer LML? Yeah, because she, yeah. She does in that outfit, like. If she dressed like that, people would riot. True. Yeah, don't ask Hash, boycott Hoyoverse people, how many people still logged in for their Gesha dailies? I'm just saying. Alright, Ultimate Showdown. Have an Asia's playing. This is just a bit of everything, though. Bit of everything on core. There's a lot of colors on this on the description of this thing. Guess I'll just take 2 random pieces of stuff. It doesn't really matter. The day Kanish stops playing content is the day IDK. I mean... You see, you can always put him on a wheelchair. True. Sproxy fan again. Okay. If C6 and the Coke Dirk Kanish cannot clear content, that would be like... Okay, to say Power Creep has gone too far is a bit of an understatement, no? Like, ever since they had the epiphany in Fontaine to actually make C6 characters good, I don't think any single one of them has gotten to the point where they can't clear content. C6 makes the cannons bounce? I mean, W4 AoE. And also, again, remind you that no matter how much your goat has fallen off, Imaginarium is always there. I use a lot of really old polls in Imaginarium, and that's where they get a shine. Yeah, I'm not trusting their Kanichi ever again. Not happening. How many stages does this thing? Brett, does this thing have? 5. Just hoard up on gold, I guess. Blah blah blah. Power Electric Cryo, the Glorp? The fuck is Glorp? Nefer? Like Nefer with Sig? Or like what? Huh? Oh, you make Glorp Glorp. Okay. Don't just say Glorp. If we say Glorp, I assume that you're talking about Nefer Sig. Kanich, Yehoda, Bina. Interesting. Bina is just there to make Inefa and Flynn's feel playable. I mean, to be fair, you can use Inefa in a Chevy team. It's not a horrible idea when there's Hydro enemies. Don't shrink alert. Okay. When adjacent triggers burn. Um. J Plume, which is just use Electro or Pyro, I guess. Shield Bishop depends on the element it is. Bobik, bring frickin' Durin. Or Moika, or both. I've cleared the last Bobik in Imaginary with Durin and Moika. Drake, bring a bow character, I guess. Who would that be? Ganyu, let's frickin' go. EFG, Ressa, I guess. Wow, that'll be the first Imaginarium in a few months where I can't borrow the C4 Zubai to carry me. Oh. Drake, bring Kendrick Lamar, I mean, true. Certified Canada levels. Drake is Canadian, right? Pretty sure he is. I'm just gonna borrow, I think I have a C2 Flins somewhere in my friend list, I hope. I just need to borrow anyone's Flins, really. I have a DNF and Call of Unit to make that work, so... Who'll be the last slot? I don't know, freaking bring Shallonen. No, Shallonen's not in there, Shallonen's Geo. What are the elements again? Surely not Yume Mizuki. I'm not bringing Yume Mizuki. Just bring Fisher or something like that, I don't really know. Oh, finally some recommended equipments. Okay, let's start selling stuff then. Okay, adjacent piece triggers malfunction. You triggers malfunction, and you want adjacent pieces to do burn or shield. You also want pieces to do burn or shield. You do burn, or you just want to be able to do burn. Okay, that lineup works. All right, W. August. 100 Cryo Electro, that should be fine. That's Skurking time. Oh, Bruce and Tiger Furley, yo, what's up? Aren't y'all supposed to be working right now? Hello? For Football Weeklies that way. To the Granny, you would either use Arlecchino Chef or Skirk. Stuckle is just an Effa check, or a Flint's check, I suppose. Sandrona Show, which I don't freaking know what the hell I'm supposed to do against that. And PM... Is that supposed to be PMA, or is there a thing called PMMA? Okay, just regular PMA. Okay, that just... Use any competent DPS. Wait, this stream just feels like me chatting about freaking Genshin meta for like 2 hours. With like freaking Sorrow there in the background for like people's attention spans. Spawns Hydro Snakes in the sky, and when you freeze and apply cryo, it explodes. So it's not there's no electric check in there, it's just cryo. Then just bring a Ganyu, and then just do whatever. Right? Am I going crazy, or is that just a play? Yeah, if it's in the circle, Ganyu has good AoE, just shoot it a few times, no? Like, I don't know, I haven't seen it. So, I guess I'll take a look at that when that happens. I mean, the ideal scenario is I just, by some miracle of fate, get Sandrona early. Right? That's the actual, like, easy solution there, but like, that's a gamble. Any of these recommended? You're recommended. Sure, I guess. Adjacent damage. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have to shift every single one by one. And we're gonna shift every single one by one again. There we go. Alright, excellent. The wars are like really far away, then I don't know. We'll see. I'll worry about it when the next patch happens. Unless... No, if it's August, then it has to be out by August 1st, which is next patch. Oh, well, when I see it, I will think about it. It's 105, Menacing or Fearless? I'm pretty sure it's Fearless. And I think Dire is 110, but don't quote me on that. Anything in here? Sure. What are we gonna do? Random ground wants speed boost when adjacent generates a shield. Okay, which one of you generates a shield? You generate a shield, so what we're gonna have to do is equipment triggers burn. Okay, you trigger burn, so I can get rid of you. And shift you over. Right, burn. You do burn. You're looking for burn or shield. And you do shield, and you're looking for malfunction. I don't have malfunction in here anymore, but that's... I have to make do, I suppose. Since we're on topic, might as well. Stygian is Abyss Dog, Sandrona Shield, and Climb Crystal Robot. Okay, Sandrona Shield is gonna be booked. But... Oh! See? I told you, if Sorrel hops on my screen, I would notice her right away. Alright? I am not a fraud. My goat, when my goat is present, I would be instantly noticed. No matter, even if I was looking at chat and like, I just, on the peripheral vision, I just saw them, like, yeah, no, that's Sorrel. Player 0, Sorrel. A champion tier contender who dominated the entire game from the moment she joined, because that is my goat. That's my goat. Right there. Can you keep up with my moves? Let's see. Unfortunately, we do have to defeat Sorwolf here. Very unfortunate, but... just realized something. Hold up. Okay, I think I read that. Yeah, see, she's not hacking. Abyss Dog, Sandrona Show, and Climb Crystal Rope. Okay, so just call it the configuration device. Just call it the configuration device like everyone else does. 2,000 shield, holy. Is that something we want? No, it's not. Okay, that's fine. Have I seen that clip? What clip? I don't know. But yeah, SSACD, the configuration device, I can kill with Malika any day of the week. Or any team that can use Chalonan, basically. When CS Tyrell gets caught with his hacks on screen, and then she starts blaming Clara. Interesting. Hold up, since when are... Okay, whoa. Annihilate, you were not in charge of Football Weekly before, anymore. You were in charge before, not now. We are in charge of it now. Without gave you the permission to report on our behalf, anyways. And second of all... Okay. Football Weekly brings you a special report. The intense clashes are dying down, and this season's Ultimate Showdown is drawing to a close. Okay, I see Evanesha just chilling in the background. I thought Yurley was supposed to be napping now, but that's neither here nor there. In this cruel Pixel Plane tournament, who will be the last one standing? Let's hear from the contestants and the audience. Okay, there's our Sparksicle head. Sparksicle will always be the champion in my heart, even though she's already been shot down. Oh, it's a Pixel Plane. It flew so far. When we grow up, let's enter the Pixel Plane tournament together, okay? My Crimson Bolt got shot down by a Pixel Plane. Its speed was so fast I didn't even catch its ID. It's you, Baseball Raccoon. In trendy terms, you've totally shot through my heart. Okay. Is that W Riz or L Riz? I don't know. Those duck hats are cute? Yeah. Those are adorable. Looks like the winner has already been decided. The one soaring proudly until the very last... I can't do the... Okay, I can't do the raspy voice anymore because I actually hydrated properly in the last hour. So now it's hard to get my throat to be raspy again. The one soaring proudly until the very last moment is... Trailblazer. Congratulations, Trailblazer. Before I draw you a Pixel Plane, I'd like to ask you one question. As the organizer, I've seen too much deception and trickery. I thought that was all there that was a Pixel Plane, but Trailblazer, you forged the past on your own. So what is it that helps you escape danger time and time again, strike down formidable foes, and become the final champion? Do whatever's fun. The most important thing about gaming is to play with a smile. True. I see. Now it's time for me to keep my promise. This is the Trailblazer's God-tier Pixel Plane, a passing hero. The problem is, if my voice isn't sufficiently raspy enough, I'm just basically giving this old man the same voice to give Blade. In case you haven't noticed. Or rather, you will notice I just give Blade my, like, old man voice, but, like, less raspy. Blade doesn't do disguises. Oh my gosh, that's literally me. Trailblazer, rumor has it you're #1 Pixel Plane player Arcadian. Is that true? It's a goal to strive for. Trailblazer says she's the goal all Pixel Plane players strive for. That is not what I said at all. True, he's obviously a Stopper mod. I would not even be surprised at this point. But at least if he is a software mod, he's not murdering everyone right now, so that's good. Hey, that's not what I said. After the commotion, the award ceremony comes to a close. Fuck. Okay. Maybe if I cough enough, it's gonna come back to me. The season's matches have come to a close. You'll check out your very own plane and savor this moment of victory. Your eyes sweep across the former champions' pixel planes one by one. It feels as if these bygone kings have all bowed their noble heads to you. Swirling scenes from the tournament flashes before your eyes yet once again. Track Magic, Steel Beast, Crimson Bolt, Silver Comet. That last one didn't count. So true, my goat. Does that say 999 on the back of the plane? Gosh, what's that sound? This is your doing, isn't it, Zorolf?
Signal hacked in just now. I had a little fun playing it with it and got distracted from controls. That totally doesn't count.
When they do pixel art, they never respect the pixel grid. True. This part almost looks like a sideway creeper head. Maybe I'm just like lacking sleep. Maybe that's it. But like I just I'm like, ah, yes, creeper. Come at me.
Bring it on. That's exactly what I had in mind. I reviewed the replay, and I already come up with 100 brand new builds to counter your playstyle. This time, we settle the score.
Wonderful. I hosted the Pixel Plane Rumble just to see blood-pumping action like this. Trailblazer, the playoffs are about to kick off. You're welcome to join anytime. I bet a passing hero is also raring to go. After all, a Pixel Plane's fate is to soar through the skies. Oh, do we actually... Okay, we get to converse with Skin Sage. Okay, sure. A passing hero. The Pixel Plane you won for yourself is a glorious testament to your championship victory in Pixel Plane tournament and your induction in the Hall of Fame. Yes, I can speak. Surrounded by formidable foes and heavy barrages, you survived to the very end of Pixel Plane Rumble. Your personal Pixel Plane will forever immortalize your legend in the game, but you can't just live in legend. Keep taking on powerful enemies and defend your glory. You're here, Trailblazer. The Pixel Plane Rumble playoffs are about to kick off, and plenty of top players are raring to go, eager to test their mettle against the newly crowned champion. Ready to take on new challenge with your old partner? Now they are the challengers. Okay, do we get a face off against Zorolf? Okay, just another round. You know what? Sure, let's play one round. Actually, I probably should... Okay, before I played another round, I probably should have, I probably should have checked if there's any rewards I haven't gotten. Anything I need to, like, do in particular. Nope, seems like I got everything. Cool. Alright, I can just play another round just for fun then. Oh, there's 7 zones. Actually, do I save this for off stream? I might save this for off stream. That is 7 zones. That is 42 of these. Okay. You know what? We're gonna beat Zorolf at her own game. We're doing malfunction build. Been going live for 2 hours? True, but also this is supposed to be a short stream. I did also start late. Oh, the spark set is back. I just realized I didn't have a damage. I don't have a DPS on the thing. None of my things do. None of my stuff do damage. But I just wait out the clock. Okay. Do I watch VTubers? Not really. If there's, occasionally some clips end up on my YouTube recommended, and if they seem interesting enough, I check out the clip. But like, I don't really go out of my way to watch VTubers. Also depends on like what you define as a VTuber. Okay, let's actually get like a DPS. That'll be good. Like Hololive, no. Like I said, if any like clips end up in my recommended once in a while and they look interesting, sure I might watch that, but not other streams. Like, there are some content creators I'm, like, vaguely aware of from those clips. But, like, no, I don't really watch the streams. Sip some more water. Hydration is good. Used to the serial drama things? I mean, yeah, drama things just happen to content creators. So yeah, that's fair. I don't think VTubers I watch their content any inherently different than like some other content creators that like I'm aware of that just vaguely watch clips of. The whole company imploding overnight? Yeah. Oh, this thing is apparently good. Sure, I'll trust that. If the game is going out of its way telling me that this is good, I'll use it. Why do they have the same HP as me now? That's not what's supposed to happen. Well, good thing I have shields. Alright, it's that shield that doubles. Right, I remember this. Okay, so I just have to last until the timer runs out. Kinda, yeah, I suppose. It is a little genre, but like, I feel like in terms of just... Like, it is a little genre, but like, it's like... If you don't care enough about the genre, then it's like the same as any other content creator. Fantacro. Let me. Some of these names I'm gonna have to like search up to see whether I know them. No, don't recognize this guy. Oh, that is the guy that was helping Ziox? Okay. That's why it sounded familiar, but I did never watch his stream. Yeah, I know. Okay. Then I know. Then I know. Yeah. Because all I knew was that from Ziox stream was that he does voice acting and that he is a VTuber. Yeah. You works for a VTuber company? Yeah, I can see I'm on YouTube right now. I see Nijisanji, which I've heard of before, I believe. It's one of those companies that's like controversial, right? Because I've heard like controversies about it. So yeah, see, I kind of like vaguely know of stuff. Not the one that imploded? Yeah, I don't know which one's imploded, which one didn't. All I know is that, like, I heard of stuff that were negative. I don't quite remember what those negative stuff is, but I know of that there was negative things. I know Iron Mouse. I heard of it, yeah. I also remember there being controversy on that. Did they just implode? Okay. I see. But yeah, like, I know Iron Mouse because, I've seen clips of her as well as, other people in her circle, like, Sea-Dog, or whatever he's called. Right, like I sometimes get recommended clips of them, so yeah. Like I said, right, the chances of like me knowing a specific VTuber is like about it's like them being a VTuber does not positively or negatively impact the probability of me knowing them, like knowing of them. Right, so, yeah. Holy, since when did I have a million shield? Hello? I just looked back and I have a million shield. What has happened? Holy exponential scaling. No, it's just called one of the equipment just doubles the shield it gives every time it gives a shield. And I guess that just stacks up, I suppose. Okay, am I just never gonna get anything that, like, the game actually recommends for me, like, ever again? That's cool, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna die with a million shields, so... Oh, I just realized it stacks really well with this, because the primary thing procs this, which doubles it. And so it just doubles every, like, 2 seconds. So in, like, 20 seconds time, it just multiplies itself by 1,000. Which is low-key kind of good. So I just become, like, completely invincible. Yeah, and see, I already have 5,000 shield. And now I have 20,000. And now I have 80,000. And now I have a million. I can love exponential scaling. Like I'm chipping away at their HPs, but I just have to wait until the mechanic where we've taken too long, so they're just like deleting HP happens, and like once the bleeding happens, I can survive the bleeding because the bleeding doesn't go through shield. Whereas the opponent just straight up dies. The do nothing strat. That's such a stupid strategy. Randomly causes one enemy equipment to malfunction for 999 seconds. Oh, just disables what? Oh my god. The ultimate do nothing build. That's crazy. Airstrike though. Sure. Like, now just permanently disable one of their abilities. See? They can't ever use this again. They can't ever use this again. They can't ever use this again. And now suddenly they can't do anything. I've crippled them. They can't do anything anymore. I crippled them. Look at that bottle of glue. That is disrespectful of Stella's immaculate drip. But see how they can just not do anything anymore? Okay, this build is actually stupid. Just disables enemy's build and put like a million shield on yourself and just wait until the freaking game says you've taken too long and kill your enemy for it. Look at that, 5 million shield given. That is stupid. That is actually stupid. This is a stupid strat. Just completely disables your opponent. Just kneecaps them. That's... Until they just bleed to death because the game says, well... Your... free trial of living has kind of expired. Like, look, they just can't use this again. They can't use that again. Or wait for which one? I think I see. Yep, now they can't use this one ever again. Same goes for this one. And this. And... Yep, these are all just permanent. And now they can't do anything anymore other than this thing, which I can also shut down. Yep. Yep. That is so stupid that I could just do that. Thanks, I had a great time. He probably meant it, but that just feels so sarcastic was what I did to this poor guy. Oh, I feel bad. Oh my god. This is such a stupid build. Yep. Ask away. Oh yep, I disabled the bro now, so it's over. Do you ever code and name your variables in Chinese, like full-on Chinese characters or pinyin? No, don't ever do that to code because no, that's not how coding is supposed to be done. Because if you want to make coding, right, extending on the code, on what you have, building on the code you have as easy as possible, and it's just gonna be a nightmare where every time you have to type a variable, you have to switch your keyboard. That's just such a logistical nightmare. So no. I learned that because when I was little and taking coding lessons, one day I decided it would be really funny that that I should just name all the variables after Greek alphabet, but instead of just spelling out Latin letters, I used Greek letters, and I learned firsthand why you shouldn't do that, and my instructor is like, yeah, no, you really shouldn't do that. But, okay, math is one thing, alright? You have to realize. And also, when you run out of Latin letters, you use Greek letters. And when you run out of Greek letters, you use Hebrew letters. That's a convention. But for coding, right, it's also very important for your code to be readable. So like whatever your variable is should be descriptive. Like the name should be descriptive of what it is. And it should also be easily like typed out. You shouldn't name a variable, for example, like anti-disestablishmentarianism. Because that's going to take 3 years for you to write. So it should be something that's short and easy to type and clear. And trans characters can fulfill 2 of them, but there's no way to fulfill the easy to type part. That's just stupid cheese I'm doing. Why is Ika here? Oh my god, it's the freaking girl pretending to be Kindness. It's the Kindness cosplayer. No way. Oh, dear god. Why is there fans of Kindness? There's somewhere that Chinese is easier to train LMs on, because let's focus on English. That's probably true, but because the default programming language is English, most people still make it train in English. And also, it's because America is just ahead in AI development, and so most of the development's done in English, and what China does best is to take the models that the US creates and optimize the hell out of them, so that it takes less tokens, and yeah, it's not cutting edge, but it's easier to use, and it's like, and it takes less storage and everything. Does China realize their AI? Yeah, China is a lot more receptive to AI, but that's, it's just a thing about how, in China, they just view this as an extension of the industrialization and the automation that China has been doing, right? Because China has been invested in robotics since, like, decades ago. That they just see this as like this natural extension of robotics. China's, I wouldn't say, I don't know if China has more, but China does have like codified protections for some of those. But like, yeah, I haven't read the exact Chinese laws for that, but they have passed laws regarding it. But I'm not sure whether there are more or more comprehensive or better or anything, but they do exist. I just haven't read through them. But also just generally, Chinese people and society as a whole is just a lot less averse to AI. Because, again, to them, this is just a part of their like modernization program. And again, right, it just blends really well into the robotics. Like if you're going to like some of the newer hotels, for example, in China, right, they will literally have robots do the delivery for you, right? You order something online, the robots will bring it to your room. Yeah. Right, yeah, like in China, there's a lot less of like a taboo even among young people of AI. Genius Society Junior Screw Loop. What? Claims to be the prince of Planet Screw Loop, but sounds like he just has a bit of an accent. This is a genius level pixel plane battle of wits. But yeah, but like yeah, there is also just a lot more AI art in China, which like is what it is. I don't really like AI arts, but like the people there don't really mind it, so like I'm not there's not really much I can say about it. Right, there just isn't the pushback against it. Yeah. Like, it's just accepted that this is just a thing that people use. And like, and it's not like there's, like, yeah, like, I'm like, okay, well, like, because here, like, you know, there's a whole more argument, whereas in China, it's, like, there's not really much of a debate about this at all. So I just agree that, like, in that situation, it's just more of a personal tasting for me then, and then I'm just not gonna, like, if all people parties involved don't really see anything wrong with it, then, like, who am I to, like, budget and say I'm actually, right, like, I just don't like it aesthetically at that point. Okay, they just really only recommend these two equipments, which honestly, fair enough. These two are like the most broken equipment in the game. Holy. Oh, there's Astro again. Yeah, like, it's... Like, if like, you know, like, there's actual, like, because, again, right, here in North America, like, you know, there's actual debate over it, and, like, you know, all the more power to, like, the debate, but, like, yeah, in China, there just isn't, so I just kind of respect the fact that there isn't, and, like, just, like, go, like, okay, well, it's... Doesn't look good, I think, but like, personal taste, yeah, whatever. I move on my day, I forget about it. Right, and like... And like, if my parents are like messing around with like AI models that do various stuff, like I just go like, okay, well, as long as you don't feed anything I make into the AI model, then like that's fine. I just let them have their fun. Just don't take like the things I draw and chuck into it, which has been the topic of discussion. But like, they understand that I don't want that, and so they just go like, okay, all right. Which is, yeah. Yeah, it's people's freaking AI has done huge damage on people's ability to think critically. That's, yeah. That's just a people needing to think more critically issue. right? Like, the same people that would just ask GPT and trust it, like, completely, probably used to just, like, go to some, like, Google, which will lead them to some, like, Quora or something, and they just believe whatever's written on there, and just go, like, alright, move on. Like, they just now have easier access, easier way to not think, right? That's just... That's the only thing. They have a more convenient way to think less. I just make sure that the people do around me that does like to use generative AI to like chatbots or for like stuff, just make sure that like they don't just like. I just remind them regularly to just double check some of the stuff it says, because it can be helpful if you know how to use it. Right, it's a tool as much as anything else. Graduated schooling before AI took off? Yeah. Bit of a mess. Yeah, honestly, the AI witch hunting has kind of died down a bit because people just generally realize that, like, you kind of just have to live with it and, like, and all the stuff that, quote-unquote, that, like, claim they can differentiate that stuff made by AI or not are just lying if they say they're reliable. So I think generally academia has just accepted that. And just went like, well, we just have to live with it, and especially in the comp sci department, it's just like, most of the courses have the policy of like, sure you can use a bit of AI, but like don't use it for everything and cite it and make sure you can explain whatever the hell it did for you. Right? Because they can't really know for sure whether they use AI or not, but they can like have these little like one-on-one interviews to make sure you knew what your like code is doing. I think other departments might be a bit more strict on AI, but like for this past year, I basically only taken computer science courses, so. Anyways, that's the event. Why is there something in the trash can? Okay, this probably belongs to the trash can. Just one quick glance through it. Anyways, we now have like 8 polls, so let's just chuck it in here. How much pity am I on? 45. Alright, let's chuck these in. I probably will be able to get Blade. I mean, again, I would just have to spend some, like, what are they called? Undying Starlight? Yeah. If I still don't get it by the end of the banner, but I'm probably not gonna have to spend that much, and I'd rather not spend that much because I want to pull Himiko Nova on the next patch. Hello, Tengen. It doesn't seem like we're getting anything. This will bring us to what? 53, I think? Yeah, okay. Making good progress. Unfortunately, I do believe this is the, basically the only event this patch, so... That's a little cooked. I don't think there's more events, are there? I don't think so. It's Sorrow. Yeah. For the next 4 weeks. We haven't gotten, like, an actual combat event in, like, 4 patches. Then realize Sorrow gives you a lot of content in the first 2 weeks. And then you just kind of just, like, have nothing for the next 4. And then the cycle repeats. So, yeah. There's a reason why, like, Yeah, exactly. Star Wars is meant to be like a side game. Right? Like, you're supposed to like play Star Wars on the side, and then when Star Wars doesn't have that much time, yeah, it's you go play Genshin or Zenless or Wuthering Waves or like at this point Never Nest or Evernest. Right? All of those have more consistent content schedule than Star Wars does. So yeah. Which is why, if you look at like how I tend to stream, right? I do like several Star Wars streams back to back whenever there's a new patch out, and then it kind of just like slowly like disperses out until I do basically like maybe one Star Wars stream per week, and then when the new patch comes out, I go back and grind out Star Wars again. You know what? I don't feel like quite any stream yet because it is less than 2.5 hours in, so let's just go hunt for some cat cakes. Right, the weekly just reset, which means there should be some available right now. Let's go back on the Express. I mean, the reason why I'm not like started with it is because I got all the Sword Wolves. But yeah, it is permanent. This is permanent, so I can still grab all the others. I can still go for like all the other types of crab cakes. I can get more of the Trailblazer cakes. Let's just grab the 3 on our car, and then we go look for some of the ones I like. This is Herda? That's not what. Why can't I sleep here? What does sleeping here do? I'm scared to sleep here. Wisteria cake. There you go. There's Herda. W. Oh, we can have a Herda stack. Okay. This stuff is so soft. It feels like a good place to sleep. This is like the thing about Star Wars. You just get random things here that you can just like silly things you can do. Sleepy time. Just flop down and sleep. How did I wake up back in my room? Could it be sleepwalking? No, it's not sleepwalking. Someone carefully brought me back. Which hearted person brought me back? Doesn't matter because everyone on the Express group would do the same. Each one cares for each and for each other. Aw, adorable. Yeah, when we had a quest where we set up a room, you can sleep in this bed until the heat deaths of the universe, and they give you like a credit scene before they put you back here. Sorrow is very silly. I already did it once, back in the stream where I did that, so I can't sleep to I can't sleep to the heat deaths of the universe anymore. I believe. Right? Yep, and then we just get brought to somewhere random. Bed of Weasel Boschley, so sure. And yeah, this interaction brings us back to the beginning of the game. Hello, Herda. How are you doing? Yeah, this is the very room where Kafka and Thorwolf wakes up the Trailblazer at the beginning of the game. But yeah, Star Wars has a lot of silly interactions. Hello, Astro. How are you doing? Have you seen any cats around here? Yeah, there's Sing Yuan. We have a Jing Yuan stock as well. And there is more of the Stell. Where's the Wind Glider? What do you mean? The where Herda displays it? I can go back and try to find it for you. Should be in the storage zone, I think. Okay, the easiest way is just for me to go sleep in the thing again. Oh yeah, I can also turn the lights off. Another thing you can do is, I'm not sure whether it's repeatable dialogue. I think I already done this before, so I think the interaction might not happen. But if you do this too many times, the lights will give out, and then like I think Velt was it will come here and fix things up for you. I think it already happened once, so I can't do it again. Wind Glider is right somewhere around here. Oh. Rating pistol. Okay, we're gonna try the rating pistol on, you know what, let's just try on Sorov right now. Sorov can't even, okay, whatever. Item number 752, rating pistol. This weapon rates creatures on sight, using unknown scoring logic. The closed eye of this weird little gun suddenly snaps open as it swirls around for a moment, staring at you with malice. Rating invalid, this eyeball freezes for a moment, then swivels around twice in quick succession. The rating pistol's eyes look at Sorwolf. Ha! 999 points, it finally announces. The eyes suddenly spin wildly as if locked in on some fierce contest, some cosmic gamble. Excitement, disappointment, exhaustion, and finally the eyes lost. They stare vacantly at nothing for what felt like an eternity, and then longer still. This is gun pulling your leg. 999 points. You heard it here first, folks. 999 on a scale from 0 to 100. She really is a goat. It's somewhere. Is this the right room for it? Or it might be a different room. It might be a different room, I think. Might have been. I don't know the exact structure of this place. Let me just keep this Pac-Man out in case we run into any enemies. Is it this room? Oh, this might be it. This looks like it. Let's look around a bit. Let's open a wall. No, it isn't. Oh yeah, this. Found it. A pair of black feather wings hover in the air at about the height of a grown human. Maintaining the appearance of flight, you imagine the figure of an adventurer flapping those wings and rising with the wind. You feel the wind, a warm and welcoming wind blows into your face, plays with the ends of your hair, and fills your body. The wind sends you to fly beyond mountain ranges and vast oceans. Behind you, windmills turn and pastoral hymns chime. Before you, shooting stars stream down and snow glitters. You open your eyes and wait for your imagination. The black feather wings fly still, as if recounting a story, as if singing a whole world. There you go. Nice little Easter egg. Is there any direction that still doesn't lead anywhere? I think every direction leads somewhere, right? There ain't still any boundaries here that I can't go towards. I think this goes down to the railway, right? Yeah, it does. Damn. I'm trying to find another Easter egg, show another Easter egg to you, but I'm not sure where I can find said Easter egg anymore. Does this lead somewhere? Yep, it leads to the restricted zone. Damn. Does every place in this city now lead somewhere? Have I played this game for too long? This goes up to the fortress, right? Yeah. That also goes up to the fortress, I know that for a fact. Yeah, literally says Janaya. True. This just goes down to the railway, right? Yeah, and this goes down to the underground? Yep. Fight Club? Yeah, there's a Fight Club, but like, why? What the fuck is a click? Hello? I saw that. I can show you that in a moment. This just goes to the wilderness, right? Yeah, it does. Oh my god, there's nowhere that doesn't lead to a random place nowadays. What's the prettiest place in this game? I have to think about that for a moment. But damn, there's nowhere for me to go that isn't some like okay. Let me try to think about this a bit more. Maybe it's here? Tagman, you're coming with me. Nope, it's the gate here, so it's not gonna give me a special line. Damn it! You can search it up, but basically, in Belobog, if you go to a door that's like not yet leading to a new area, that area you haven't unlocked or they just haven't released yet, one of the possible lines that can show up is that you hear a mysterious voice in your head. How about we explore the area ahead of us later? Let's go to a Fight Club now. This is a Fight Club, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's been too long since Belobog came out and most of the areas already lead to places. So yes, this is the Fight Club. Here it is. Very humanely operated Fight Club. Is there interaction? With whom? I can talk with plenty of different people here. There was an event here. Can I fight? Yes. Ooh, I actually want to know how... I could probably clear all these, like, really, really well now. It's been ages since I've been back here. Okay, I didn't mean to actually start it. Luca in the background? Where? Yeah, this... Yeah? Yeah, that's Luca. Yeah? Yeah, he trolls around here. Yeah. He works here. Well, I don't think he works here, but he trolls around here. He participates often here. I think he works with Wildfire, I'm pretty sure. Which is like a underground organization that, like, does stuff. The music here is kind of a vibe. Yep, he chills here. Okay, where do I find most beautiful? That is a fascinating question. Chances are that would be an Amphorius. Yeah, this place gives a freaking Knock Right vibes. Gives a, oh, I stepped on the floor in the wrong spot, now I have tetanus vibes. Oh yeah, it's more like Maripede than Knock Right, I suppose, yeah. Tetanus still, right? It does not feel like it matches the OSHA. Well, yeah, it's a rust. Along with whatever lighting they have down there. Oh, right, this happens.
Let's see how fast
Let's see how fast they die against an actual, like, modern team. Because this used to be a tough fight back in the day.
世人总只此一千，关照诸天。大运当头，开门红。
Yeah, true.
带走。
You know these guys were tough because they didn't die in one single aha instant.
保命保命，这个
Which most enemies I can't speak. Which most enemies back then would. No, these are usually people that serve under Japan.
下下
I don't even need silver balls
请
here,
向
right?
外
Yeah, there we go.
没有技巧，
There we go.
是练度。
So yeah. Most beautiful place in the game. Should be again. That's back in the day. That was tough. Has to be. I don't know. I feel like in terms of environmental places, it has to be Amphorius somewhere, but I'm not sure just where in Amphorius, because there's so many places in Amphorius. And also, I guess the places mean more when you do the quests, and Amphorius has by far the most the longest quest runtime, and it's really good at making you attach to places for different lore reasons and story reasons. Back in the day, the 5 rune guards, I think it's actually 4 rune guards, but yeah. Which place has the best view? Well, let me just let me just go to a few places that does look very pretty, and then I'll just show you all of them, I suppose. I mean, Akama always looked very majestic, right? Also, let me show you. Yeah, this is the bathhouse with the water physics. Let me show you. It's one of the few places in Starro that genuinely lags me because of its graphics. But goddamn, is it actually just the best water physics in any horror game? Why can I not go in? Hello? There we go. Observe. Oh fuck! Socktirus. You to the bath, as he said, and the temperature was just right. How wish I begin? I wish I start with you. I hear that naked towards the restaurant was running rapid in the city when you first arrived, Malcolm. Is this from? This is like a year-old world class I just ran into. For that attack happened, the official the Kichu Islanders refused refuge to reach the shelter. City would raise to the ground. They would not survive along the wasteland. The new refugees in the city are rising and made the journey to Akama much safer. Much safer. They remain silent. These resources during disasters are scarce, and Alchema couldn't take in many outlanders. For welcoming everyone will plunge the city in chaos. They created shelters far away. Okay, council orders came up with a solution to allow only the small number of outlanders drawing lots. Sounds hardly fair. This sorting really exists. Why are we talking about freaking the politics of accepting refugees with this random old man? I guess this is how, like, the Greco-Roman bathhouse is meant, right? You go down there and just chat with random people about all the topics of the day. Are willing to pay the price? One fewer bites, one fewer bite of apple. I like apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. So true. So true. Oh, frick. I actually switched to the Genshin screen, but yes. I don't have... do I have the apples over on Sorrel? I do. Just sized poorly. Bam. Anyways. Are you willing to relinquish an apple on your table in exchange for a stranger's survival? I mean... Yeah, if it's just an apple, sure. Okay, we're getting into philosophical... Why is it asking me about my opinion or political opinions on refugees? Hello? Like, like, refugees and welfare. Like, okay, sure. Most noble, precious, kind soul. Make the same choice, okay. Tolerance, true resources. I reserve judgment on this. Okay, well, a youngster has, okay. Palantin. News? Okay, what is the news? Only bad tidings. Why me? You can't just... Oh my god. Alright, water physics. We'll deal with that later. The results of this quest gets directly sent to local representatives? Yeah, anyways. Take a look at the water physics, right? Look at the waves. The waves spread all the way to the edge. That is actual geometry. It's like, yeah. It actually changes the mesh of the water for this. So yeah. Like I said, it's the best water physics I've seen in the open world for any Hoyo game I've seen. Right? This is the best open world water physics I've ever seen by Hoyo. They might do this in Zenless, I don't know, but that's definitely better than anything in Genshin. Look at the way it just carries the pedals, by the way. Like, it pushes all the pedals. It's a little bit glitchy, but it does push away all the pedals. And like, now the pedal is now on the little, like, thing there. They're decently optimized. There used to be, okay, in the early days of Genshin, there were a lot of stuff that left things to be desired. But nowadays, it's a lot better. You know that in the early days in Genshin, each tree had its individual leaves rendered like separately. But nowadays, it's a lot better. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah. This place looks very nice. I mean, just anything in M4A really looks very nice. Yeah, Monsha Dormport is night and day, which is why they had to put a cliff between the two. Like, look at this. It looks even more oral during the quest when there were like warriors on both sides. With the Mightymo's like freaking aura farming here. The beam? You mean the giant sword? This is the domain of the god of strife, aka the god of war. That's their weapon that they can use to like destroy everyone. Mighty became the demigod. Okay, how M4A works is that there are these people who are Chrysosairs, and Mighty's a Chrysosair, and when a Chrysosair kills their respective god, they can go through a trial to inherit their authority as a demigod. So Mightymost became the demigod of strife. So yeah. But before him, this was the domain of Nikador, the god of strife. Or the Titan of strife. It's the right word. And after we slay Nikador, and Minimos inherited their authority, then Minimos became the demigod of strife, so yes. Although by the time Minimos inherited this place, it did not look like this. See how... Okay, let me just bring you to the entire Amphoria's map. See how there's a Dawn and an Evernight version? Of all the places? It's related to the power of time. So this is the Kremnos of past. This place is called Castrum Kremnos for reference. Right? This was Kremnos during the peak of Nikador's reign. The modern Kremnos, the one that Mighty inherited, looks a little bit less impressive. It still looks impressive, but it just looks a bit more ruined. Where would be a good angle to look at Kremnos? It's been too long since I've been to the Night Kremnos. No, there's not a good view here. This is already in the castle, no? Yeah, this is already in the castle. But yeah, you can kind of get the vibe. I'm already halfway in, but this is what it looks like when, whether we're walking on chains, which is incredibly cool. But this is what the place looks like when Mighty takes over. Which, it still looks very impressive, but a bit more... Well, the issue here is that they have a human population of 0. Right, that's a big issue here. Right, it's hard to get a gardener when their human population is 0. And that's true for many places, basically everywhere in Amphoria. There's a day version, that's the places at their prime, and the Evernight version of when everything went down the shitter. Also, apparently I'm missing a thing here. Let me see if I can get that. Like, okay. For example, right? Look at this. By the way, that over there, that beam of light, is the Titan of Time. Ornyx. I can enter through this door, right? Surely. No, I cannot. Fuck. Does this work? The thing is, I've basically never done actual open world exploration of Amphoria, so there's just a lot of places I just haven't explored after the quest. Okay, there we go. That's gonna unlock it. Cool. But yeah, like, you know, let's go to the southern part. This is the most obvious, right? Comparison. So I can go back to this spot 1-to-1 in the future, but look at this bridge, right? On either side, there's this giant palace, and it looks. By the way, there's the city of Akama over there. The giant that's holding the sphere is the Titan of World Bearing, representing the passive Trailblaze, Kefali, and is holding the Dawn device, which makes sure that all the dark tide stays away. But yeah, see how, like, there's this magnificent building on both sides that looks very clean and maintained, and there's a nice little bridge between them across the, I think the river below. But yeah. No, the Titan is Kefali. And Phinon's supposed to be the one that inherits Kefali's authority. Then become the demigod of world bearing. Though that gets complicated with ligands and stuff, but I don't want to fully explain. But anyways, this is the same spot, but in the present/future, as you can see, there is no longer a bridge here. And as you can see, some of the pillars are gone, the paint is getting scraped off. and moss is everywhere, and that chunk of up top is just missing. So it's still a vibe, but a different type of vibe. But yeah, just know that when I say the Titans are not the Chrysosairs, which are the actual playable characters. But yeah, let me see what else. We can get up close to us, Kefli. This is Kefli right here. Oh, why did my mic make that noise? I think my fan accidentally hit the mic. Whoops, we'll try to avoid that. But yes, here's Kefli. A bit larger than Silver Wolf, but this time actually of no fault of our own. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think Amphoreus has like the best sites everywhere. Like Styxia, let's see, where did we enter Styxia from? Is it over here? Oh look, the text there is introducing Styxia for you. Look at that little rainbow road we took to get here. W-Hyacine. Yeah, I can't believe that we came here right after a really sad 40-minute montage about how everyone died waiting for us and holding out against Lygus. And then we get hit with this site. Like, we get a super depressing montage of how literally everyone dies. Again, by the way, not the first time they die in the quest. And yeah, and then you get met with this, nice place. And as you can see, some of the buildings look a little bit off. I wonder why that is. True, Pride Month. Oh yeah, and that rainbow there is glitching. Don't worry about it. Wait, have I never activated the weekly boss? Like, because you can remotely do it. Have I never actually activated it based on going to the place before? I actually never done it. That's crazy. Who's the one in the sea? Hyzalance. Saritra is, freaking Sauro Gaius Julius Caesare. Caesar. She literally makes her entrance in the game aura farming by killing one of the most hated characters in the game, hated NPCs in the game at that point, and going I came, I saw, I conquered. So like, yeah, Girlie's an aura farmer, and she calls herself the Imperator. What do you mean by who? Caesar. I just used a Latin pronunciation because his name is supposed to be pronounced Caesare, but then like the French happened, and now the English and the French call it the guy Caesar, or the French is César, but like, yeah. You know what? Let me show you some of the more depressing looks. Because some of them can be a vibe, but it also depends on. Yeah, I think some of the things I just haven't unlocked here yet. But like, let me see. Can I find the area in here? What the hell? There's just things I just haven't unlocked at all. Is it in the is it the daytime one? I actually don't know. Okay, wait. Is it in here? No. Oh, this is beautiful and depressing for a different reason. This is where a lot of the Castorus arc happened, and where we bade farewell for her forever. And by forever, I mean... Did we meet Castorus in 0.5? Not in person, no, not really. Actually, yeah, we didn't meet Castorus much in person after this point. Just period. We met in... The next time we met in person was like 3.7 or something. But she has appeared in the game a few times after. But yeah, no, this place looks pretty cool. Can you even go back here? Okay, I need to like walk down the entire chains, don't I? Do a few shenanigans here. There we go. Just get back down there. Okay, if I turn back around, no, it doesn't turn the camera angle. I can't turn the camera angle here. There we go. Can we turn the camera now? Yeah, no. Pretty cool place. Let me zoom in a bit so that Sorrowf will go invis. Okay, it's kind of hard to do. Well, you can see over her head. Alright, it's fine. Maybe if I do it this way? Yeah, there's the camera angle. There is the angle. There's a camera mode, I'm just too lazy to pull out. There is the aura you get approaching this place. Okay, it must have been in daytime Styxia then. Where is it that we had the whole sequence? It might be in here. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yep, this is, the Castorus arc happens there during 3.2. And then the Cypher arc also happens there later, a patch later. So yes. Also, yeah, I remember this. Huge source of depression. To the Chrysosayers who gave their lives for a new world, their fates as foretold by prophecy are to be born whenever the world needs them, irrespective of how time and space may shift, all to fulfill their duty and answer their calling. Terravox, the demigod of Earth, dies 3961. Aglaia, demigod of Romance, died 4210. Castorus, 4253. Midamos, 4284. Trivios, 5295. Cyphra, 4534. And Exagoras, 4534. Hyacinthia, 4602. And yeah, Hyzalins, who, yeah. Yeah, this is where the Hyzalins arc happened, and I don't think her song still plays here. Right? Yeah, it doesn't play here anymore, I don't think. You should watch like a clip of someone like walking through here during the quest. Oh wait. Oh no, it still plays. Also for additional context, starting at this point on the floor, we are walking on Castorus' spine. Well, just, yeah. There's fun fact for you there. And during the quest, Heisenlins would have been hibernating right in the center of that. I know. Okay, Barcelos, wrong place. Why are you not even moving? Okay, wrong place, buddy. This is. I'm trying to have a moment. I'm trying to think some other good spots around here. Where would this be? This, is it? Yeah. This place was also, very cool. Let me make sure I'm teleporting to one of the right spots. Finance Inner World. Where we get ready for the in 3.7, we get ready for the big Iron Tomb fight. Let me try to bring you to a place in particular. I think it would have been in around here. Here's where all the Crystals there is. You get their Aura Farm moment, and then Cyrene brings us in to this place. Looks pretty good, isn't it? Very hopeful, yes. Very, very nice looking. Let's wait for the music. All these people having a nice time. That is such an L-take. That is such an L-take. If you look at the Star Wars soundtrack, this OST has more views than most boss scenes. Yes, this is where the characters start hyping everyone up. Fair enough. Maybe I'm like presenting this the wrong way. But like during the quest, this was some of the most hyped moments. Because here, this is where everyone goes like, alright, let's lock the fuck in. Get prepared and everything. Also, look at that lighting in the reflection there. But yeah. Fair enough. True, I guess it's just, as a player that has played the quest, right? Every time I enter here, I'm in that like same mindset. Right, so to me, this is like perfectly fitting music. And also, this is where we fight the Weak King. This is where we fight Iron Tomb. That's also what I meant earlier when I said like a lot of these places I like the scenery because of the quest. Right, because with the quest it hits different. Also, this circle, by the way, is not affected by perspective. If you haven't noticed, which is interesting. It's always staring at you. Oh yeah, by the way, that thing goes across, the crack goes across the sky. But yeah, no. I'm trying to think. What else? Oh yeah, let me use a Star Wars in joke. I'm not sure whether you probably haven't heard of. Yeah. Welcome to. Oh, what the hell? How did I get a new? Okay, Cyrene sent me a message. Interesting. Oh, Cyrene's right there. What? You're not supposed to be here, but sure. Yeah, welcome to Britain. Welcome to the great land of Britain. I kind of want to keep Cyrene there, so I'm not going to talk to her. But yeah, no, welcome to Britain. This is a very nice spot. Yeah, this is Finon and Cyrene's childhood home. So, yeah. Look, there's a little scarecrow that Cyrene made of us. Yeah, people call it Britain because, during the collab with Fate, instead of doing what Genshin does for, like, every, like, most minor quest and just make an entire new, like, one-time place domain, for the quest, right? For Saber flashback, which, because Fate, Saber is supposed to be, like, King Arthur, would be Britain. They just, instead of making a new domain, they just brought you here and went like, wow, this is Britain. And they got a lot of flack for doing that. Yeah. Just search up, like, HSR Britain, and you'll probably find a picture of this place. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure if you search HSR Britain, it probably will show you this. I'm not exactly sure. Let me give that test actually. Yep. Search up HSR Britain, you will see this place. That's like the top like 20 results. Most of the screenshots with the Saber line of, how is this possible? Why am I in Britain? Like, come on. If the place at least looked like Britain, then, like, sure, reuse the asset. But, like, this place is not Britain. I've been to Britain. Britain does not look like this. Like, this is not what Britain looks like. That's fine on. No, I'm looking at the Google result. Right among the Google image result, that's fine on. Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice little village here. Pretty good views, and it's basically used here every time as a Finon and Cyrene during the quest. Just goes here whenever there's like a moment of self-reflection or a break or like, yeah, or anything like that. So, yeah. Very nice place. Of course, there's a place where they all ended up. The Eternal Page, which is basically, this place is basically the plaza of, okay, we're gonna talk to that in a moment. This is basically the same view you get on the main plaza of Akama, but more pink. Also, yeah, there's various interactions you can come back here for. No, don't! Okay, this is gonna be wholesome as hell. We have Elder Amunet, and we have Kalista. It was Polixia and Casterus. Oh, this is gonna be wholesome. Okay, do I have to voice them? Oh dear god.
Hey, Casterus, have you ever tried putting your hair up in a bun or braiding your bangs?
Putting my hair up in a bun? I haven't tried that before.
Huh, but your hair is so pretty. I imagine it would fit you perfectly. Back in Idonia, I always saw you sitting aside as you watched the children groom each other's hair after evening prayers. So I always wondered, would you like to give it a try too?
Oh, my dear sister also loves to doll up. She's someone who takes pride in her appearance and decorates her hair with fresh flowers every day.
Little Polixia, I don't do it every day.
I wish I could change my hairstyle too. For you, I think a high ponytail would look quite nice. I agree. Hoyo, do it.
Come to think of it, ever since I became Idonia's Maiden of War, I've been styling my own hair most of the time. After all, it's not easy to trouble others to help me with that. Lady Eclia has helped groom me up a few times before, but I wouldn't want my trivial wishes to put her in harm's way.
But now everything's different. Actually, I could have also helped you back then.
Please stop joking about how you were already dead back then.
Wait, so I saw they all died, and only, what's her name? The other pink-haired one. Okay, I will explain in a moment.
The curse has been dispelled. Now you can fully fulfill your wish without a worry in the world. No matter how small that wish may be, this is exactly how I wanted to see you. You can style your hair differently every day, and learn quite a few ways back at the Adonia Temple.
You stumble through your prayers, but when it comes to these trivial details, you got a photographic memory.
Lady Amine.
As punishment, you'll have to braid your sister Caster's hair.
Yay!
Thank you all.
Let's start with braids. I'll do the left side.
Well then, I'll do the right one. I will cheer you guys on.
Trailblazer, I'm sorry you had to witness this.
This is so wholesome. Yeah, the freaking Idonia people and Polixia are all back. It's actually wholesome. Okay, so let me explain what happened, right? So, basically, at the end of Amphorius, to defeat Iron Tomb, everything physical by Amphorius has to be destroyed. Just realized a group of people back there. What's happening over there? Okay, we'll deal with these guys later. But, so basically, the physical Amphorius was destroyed, but within the book as I've written, which hopefully Ashikai has mentioned several times in her coverage of Amphorius, the entire story or memory or the remembrance of Amphorius was stored within the book. And so, until the physical Amphorius coalesces again into an actual planet, and Amphorius returns in its physicality, the remembrance of Amphorius lives on at the final page of the book. So they don't all none of them exist physically, and they are all, which is what they call beyond time, an eternal page, right? Because they're all in the last page of the book, and they're not quite accessible to literally anyone else. Other than, I guess, us. I think we can enter in here. I'm like pretty sure. I'm pretty sure us being able to enter here is canon, but I could also be wrong. But it's a very isolated page, where all the memories of Amphorius are stored, and within the page again you have everyone from Amphorius. And this is how we are going to restore Amphorius once Amphorius is physically reformed as the actual planet, which will happen at some point in the future. So yeah, this is basically the memories of Amphorius. And all the people and all the things in this entire place are all basically memories of youth, right? They are the same type of being that... They are beings of memory, the same kind of being that, like, Black Swan is, more or less. Does HSR revisit previous regions? Yes. Not often, but yes. There are arcs after a region's conclusion that does happen. Again, it just happens. It just doesn't usually happen too much. But there's a lot of hinting of Amphorius coming back at some point. Yeah, look at all the people trolling up here. I think I already talked to these, so not gonna repeat dialogues. But the Casper's Polixia thing was very wholesome. So yes, we are expecting that probably at some point, probably not very soon, Amphorius might get to come back as a physical place. Because, to be fair, right? None of Amphorius was ever really real. Right? Amphorius was a simulation. Running on the supercomputer that is the Scepter, the Emperor Scepter. Right? It's always been a simulation. So, the goal, right, is to finally make Amphorius a physically real place for the first time. And the funny thing is, you thought that they were all dead, other than Cyrene, because Cyrene is the only one that won't come back. Because Cyrene is stuck in an infinite time loop of Amphorius, of cause and effect, right? At the end of the Amphorius story, Cyrene goes back to make sure that, basically, in the story of Amphorius, there's a few plot points, right, where the cause and effect has not been clearly established, and as such, people with ability to temper with that can still use that as an entry point and screw with Amphorius' history, and that could screw things up. So at the end of every cycle of Amphorius' history, like the very end of Amphorius' story, Cyrene, Big Cyrene, the Mem Cyrene, goes back through time and uses her power as an emanator of the remembrance to patch up all of the inconsistencies and close the loop, And by closing the loop, she will end up at the very beginning as the original Cyrene. And then from that point, you know, you go back forward in time, right? It's just like how Amphoris is a loop, right? At the end, she circles back, goes all the way back to the beginning, and then comes back again. So Cyrene will be the only one that doesn't make it to the new physical Amphoris whenever that happens, because she's not part of the Eternal Page. Right? She is not a memory that's stored in here. Does that make sort of sense? So basically, as far as we're concerned, Cyrene lore-wise is basically gone forever. Yeah. Basically, yeah, it's fine. If you haven't gone through yourself, it's pretty easy. Like, if you only seen other people explaining it, it's pretty easy to get lost, right? The entire arc is like, yeah, the entire arc is 60 hours long. It's really hard to compile 60 hours of quest time into a comprehensive, very easily understandable summary that's less than like 3 hours. And even if you do get a comprehensive 3-hour summary, you'll probably miss a bunch of stuff as well. But yeah, like the easiest way I'll explain why Cyrene won't be here is basically, imagine the time as moving, you know, forward in a line, right? Cyrene, to patch up some of the stuff that I'm not gonna spend the time to like explain why she does this, but what she basically did is that she basically turned around and started drawing backwards in a circle. So yeah. That's as well as I can explain it. Yeah, fair enough. You know, the view here is nice though. Look at that. Doubly nice because we have Castorus reuniting with the whole gang. Very glad to see that Polixia is back as well. Also, is it just me, or is Polixia's wheelchair like translucent? Well, not the wheels. The wheels are pretty solid, but like the chair. I guess it's just so that you can see the back of her design. Well, since Hoyo wants to show us so much, I'm gonna move out of the way. Wow, look at that. Polixia is pretty. But I just find it interesting that the wheelchair just the back of it is just not rendered in. Like, instead of having like a wheelchair where there's just a giant like hole on the back to like see everything, you just make it transparent, which like it's interesting. I'm pretty sure also that's part of the reason is because during the quest, Castorus does push the wheelchair, so you can also see Castorus better. Oh, hey, look at that. Aww. Composed Dromas, excited little Dromas, Chiara versus Terravox. They're having a nice little reunion as well. Oh, Geocles! Yo! What's up? Yeah, you're here, back here with your friend. Yep, that is Terravox. Sick design. Guy's goated. smaller than thought. I mean, they can't have rendered the guy to be too big. And also, I think, yeah, I think canonically he's supposed to be probably like maybe like twice as big in each direction, but probably not too big because back in the days he did used to be Ceredra's preferred mode of transport. So, I mean, Ceredra is one of the few people where you play Silverwolf next to. Silverwolf does not look short. So, you can't imagine Terravox being too big. Right? You can't imagine Terravox being a petal size. Because then, how would, like, freaking poor Ceredra? However, I do know that back in the days, canonically, if you make fun of Ceredra's height, I think the punishment is decapitation. Because she's like, well, since you're saying you're so tall, let me make you less tall. Yeah. By the way, Hyacinth is short too. Most people don't realize this, but Hyacinth is also very short. But yeah, same height. Funny thing is that Predator Soul is probably canonically stronger than Ceredra, but only in her 999 state, which Elio restricts the usage time of. Because Silverwolf is a full emanator. Ceredra is not. Trust, as the emanator, next patch he will absolutely floor us out mod. Surely Elio and Blade is not gonna stop her from using her emanator powers. Surely not. Even though Blade said as such this patch. Surely my goat will get to ore farm more. Silverwolf was about to ore farm against Graphia until Blade woke up. But yeah. Anyways, I've now yapped for too long. I did the freaking event for like 2 hours, and I yapped for another freaking hour and a half. Yeah, no, anyways, case in point, Amphoreus looks cool. Yeah. The event is alright. It feels a little bit of a nothing burgers, but it's not bad. It's just lacking in action a bit. I really hope Star Wars starts doing combat event again. Yes, I know we have like technically 6 different combat end games. But like, come on. Having a combat event would be nice. Because the 6 end games, well, that sounds like a lot, but like, after a few patch, you kind of just seen it all, so like... Yeah, hopefully they do that. Tomorrow I'll be back with Abyss, and I'll probably be getting Moiki R1. Yeah. I could wait for live stream and the primitive codes there. I could, but like it's not gonna feel good if I do that. But like I could. I don't know. I'll decide by tomorrow after I've done Abyss. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But probably getting Moiki R1 then. We will be doing Abyss though. Oh yeah, also Nicole's house quest. I'll probably need to like remind myself to do that because I kind of clicked the notification on that already, so I won't be getting notification on it anymore. But okay, it's fine. No matter how Cancer of the Abyss is, I can clear it. Right? If I can clear Fearless and like this Fearless, okay, this Stygian's honestly one of the easier Stygians. Well, like, if I can clear this Stygian Fearless, and, like, it took me, like, what? 15 minutes? Less than that? I don't know. Surely Abyss is not gonna take, like, Abyss 12 isn't gonna take longer than that. Okay, maybe not no longer than that, but, like, not far off from that, in the worst case. Right? Like, it's still Abyss at the end of the day. And Abyss is usually, like, a few times easier in terms of DPS requirement. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Right, I don't have Lohan that's getting showed, but I do have whatever they're showing on the other side, which is probably Moika. So like, I can always just like get something that can clear the shell, and then brute force the other side. Brute forcing one side isn't difficult. I'm not ready to Skirk Melt. That is not happening. I don't feel like it. Right? If really no other team feels good to play, then sure, maybe, but like, otherwise I wouldn't. Like, Swanee can be solved by just bringing Skirk Freeze, but like, Yulo or Chongyun as the last slot. Right, you just need Shatter. You don't need anything fancy. But like the freaking Hermit Thingamajig could be more trouble than it's worse. I mean, you can also just brute force a Swanee. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow, and yeah. Hopefully I wouldn't be streaming as late tomorrow. Today I streamed quite late because I was doing a bunch of stuff on Genshin. But, well, since tomorrow will be streaming Genshin, that shouldn't be an issue. So, yeah, hopefully that will be the case. And yeah, I should be back tomorrow, assuming, yeah, nothing pops up in my schedule. And yeah, and after that I'll take a couple of days break, and then I'll come back with more content. No, I usually do Genshin and then Starro, so I would do Starro after stream. But yeah, no, that's the plan, and the next Starro stream is probably going to be, unless I come up with something, next Monday. So in a week's time, for Pure Fiction. That's gonna be set. And I'll probably, by then, try to just get Blade no matter the cost, because the banner will end in a few days after that. So yeah, so that being said, them the plans. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are, and take good care, hydrate, have a stretch, right, stand up, look around a bit, chill a bit, have a snack, I don't know, have a break. And yeah, I will take good care until I see you again tomorrow for Genshin Abyss and probably Moika R1 testing stuff. And also Nicole's third part of Nicole's house thingamajig. And then for the next Star Wars stream, it will probably be next Monday. So yeah. Until then, hope you take care, and I'll see you then. Goodbye!